All right, what we're going to be demonstrating today is our frangible ammunition, the RUAG Geco reduced hazard training ammunition. This ammunition is specifically designed to disintegrate on impact with any hard surface, anything as hard or harder than itself, steel, concrete, and so forth. The purpose of this ammunition is primarily for tactical training. It allows you to engage steel targets at the realistic distances that most police encounters happen, 6 to 21 feet. With ours, it disintegrates in particles so small they lose their velocity almost immediately. It is also, by the way, totally lead-free. There is no lead in the bullet, there is no lead in the primer. We have the only primer, lead-free primer, that has shelf life. It is non-hygroscopic, it is NATO qualified, and there is no lead or any other heavy metal in it. The bullet itself is formed by injection molding, which allows us to manipulate the hardness of the projectile so that we get exactly what we want out of it. And we're going to show, first off, the 9mm shot from, as you'll see, extremely close distances. As you could clearly see, he was no more than about a foot away from that target when he fired the final round. That was 9mm. Next, we will be shooting the 40 and the 45. Now you will see the 223. Notice how close the shooter is standing to this target. You do that with a regular 223 and you're not going to come off the range alive. And for the grand finale, we will do the 12-gauge shotgun. This is a 375 grain slug moving out at about 1,600 feet per second. So you will see that it also disintegrates completely upon impact with the steel. Now, if you'll look what you just saw on the photos, you will see that you have this perfect little line down here. That's what, you won't find any pieces of this bullet. What you're going to see is the particles are so small that they disappear. What you've seen out here today is the Geco reduced hazard training ammunition, a frangible ammunition designed specifically to disintegrate on impact with any hard surface. As you've seen, at very close ranges, you can do this without any issue at all. Makes it particularly good for shoot houses. You can build a shoot house for next to no money, essentially. Put steel targets in an old concrete block building and shoot in there the rest of your life, and all you'll have to do is sweep out the brass. It can also be used for various other purposes. For instance, the police departments now are finding that this 12-gauge slug is particularly good for breaching. You can still breach a door with it by knocking off the hinges. With this thing, as I've mentioned, the 375 grain slug moving out at 1,600 feet per second, you have a viable and very lethal round. It also enables you to get standoff. You do not, since it stays whole out the end of the barrel, you do not have to get up close to the door, standing in the fatal funnel while you're breaching that door. We make it in all popular police and military calibers, everything from .38 Special all the way up through .45 ACP. In rifles, we do .223 and .308, and we would soon be doing .300 Blackout. In shotgun, we do the 12-gauge slug. We also do a double-aught buck. Hope you've enjoyed this. John Mullins out.